How come hazing and sex scandal make headlines, but fundraisers and philanthropies do not? How come Greek life, a community started by students wanting to debate and explore literature, has gotten such a bad reputation? An idea has been formed regarding Greek life, and that idea has become a major part of American culture. The idea, you might ask? Sororities and fraternities perpetuate the rigidity of male versus female. Sororities reflect insecurity, and fraternities are groupings of men glorifying sex, drugs, and alcohol. A dichotomy of gender, allegedly perpetuated by Greek life, has been a part of American culture for centuries. In The Nature of Gender, it is mentioned everything from pronouns to dress to expected interests and roles is defined as either male or female. Many of us do not even take notice of this, because it is what is natural to us. It is what we grew up with. Although recent research has suggested that gender should be viewed on a spectrum rather than in thinly defined boxes, American society still fails to embrace the apparent spectrum of gender. Findings from a mid-sized Southern university led researchers to infer that fraternity members endorse more stereotypical gender attitudes concerning the rights and roles of men and women. Let me note that the data from one university in the South should not be considered an accurate representation of the entire country. Another study, published by the State University of New York, Pittsburgh, concluded both male and female members of Greek organizations report more traditional stereotypical views about male dominance and female submissiveness in interpersonal relations. The data that was analyzed to produce this reasoning was a 59-person survey distributed at a small college in upstate New York. Moving beyond gender-related perceptions, other aspects of Greek life have been portrayed negatively. Rolling Stone published an article about sorority and fraternity life at Duke University. An anonymous blogger at Duke claimed the fact they joined a sorority is evidence that they feel a need to be labeled as a part of a large group of attractive girls in order to feel good about themselves. Sororities, even at one of the most prestigious universities in the country, have become evidence of insecurity for women. The portrayal of men affiliated to Greek life is no brighter. The classical stereotype, men join fraternities to party, and party themes that these men select are simply their own fantasies played out in reality. Numerous articles highlight the partying and sexism involved in Greek life, failing to mention the core fraternal values that every house creates and lives by. The media also has a huge involvement in creating such a negative reputation of sororities and fraternities. The mass media is arguably the most influential in molding public consciousness. TV shows such as Greek and movies like Animal House portray only one side of Greeks, their partying side. For the sake of comedy, these shows bask in the stereotypes of drunken, careless frat boys and party-loving sorority sisters, ultimately prolonging this cliche.
Have you gentlemen seen your midterm grades yet?
Well, they're not posted yet, sir.
I've seen them. Mr. Kroger, 2 C's, 2 D's, and an F. That's a 1.2 grade average. Congratulations, Kroger. You're at the top of the Delta Pledge class. Mr. Dorfman.
Hello.
0.2. Fat, drunk, and stupid is no way to go through life, son. Mr. Hoover, president of Delta House, 1.6, 4 C's and an F. A fine example you set. Daniel Simpson Day has no grade point average. All courses incomplete. Mr. Blutowski, 0.0.
What many people fail to recognize is the good that comes out of Greek life. Sororities all over the nation raised $6 million for various philanthropies and reported community service hours of almost 1 million in just 1 year. Fraternities in the nation made over $5 million in donations to nonprofit organizations. Here at Cal Poly, every IFC sorority and fraternity holds fundraising events for their specific philanthropy, hosts community service and outreach gatherings, and is encouraged to attend other chapters' events to support the Greek community as a whole. There are internal advantages too. A study performed across 3 Southern universities found that hypermasculinity and sexually aggressive attitudes towards women was more common in non Greeks, contrary to popular belief. Mandatory fraternity events provide an education on the importance of consent, assault, and alcohol abuse. These short seminars can make a huge difference in how a college student deals with a threatening situation. Non Greeks are receiving no guidance regarding the way they should respond and act. Greek life creates a sense of self-empowerment through its leadership possibilities and networking opportunities. 85% of Fortune 500 executives were part of Greek life. The first female astronaut was Greek, and so was the first female senator. College graduation rates are also 20% higher among Greeks. Now, I'm not saying Greeks are better and all of you have to rush next year, but I am trying to open your eyes to a stereotype that does not always hold true. The media loves to exploit the negative aspects of Greek life and fails to acknowledge the good that it does. People will still argue that sororities and fraternities are genderist and constructed solely for partying, but the men and women who choose to join are exposed to countless opportunities. They receive important education, are motivated to volunteer, and create a network of lifelong friends.